Sending its data on over. We are live on Facebook. What's good, everybody? We are live on Twitter. What's good, everybody? We are live on YouTube. What's good, everybody? Twitch has still not made it yet, unless it is. Twitch is live. All right. What's going on, fellas? It's your boy, C-Mo. I know, and all the guys in the Discord, you're not going to be able to see my face. If you want to see my face, you got to go on Twitch. But this is the Green Team Podcast. What's good, y'all? This is a long time in the making. I'm Corey Mosley, a.k.a. C-Mo. Fucking Green Bean in the motherfucking building. You already know what time it is. It's the Green Team Podcast. I'm with my boy, Brandon Ferraro, a.k.a. Proptimus Prime. Tell him what's good, my boy. Let him know, man. Yes, sir. And I'm with the guy with his head down all the time. You can't even see his face right now. All you can see is his shitty ass Philadelphia hat. That's all you can see. It's Nick, or a.k.a. Nick's Tape, a.k.a. Archbishop Nicholas, a.k.a. whatever. What up, I man? What's good, baby? What's up? What's going on, y'all? Hey, we are giving away $100 DraftKings bucks. The only way you can win these bucks is by going on Twitch at Mo Sports TV. Go into our Twitch stream and comment Green Team. Comment Green Team. Jazz, if you can, stay on Twitch and moderate anybody that does the Green Team. Write it down in your little notebook and let us know in the comments the eligible guys by the end of the shit. Yeah, but we're here. And what is the Green Team, guys? The Green Team is a capper group composed of me, Nick, and Brandon. And we are going to give you a lot of insight as to how we cap, how we bet, how we read, how we do everything. We're going to literally break everything down to you on the screen. You know, we give you guys a lot of plays every single day. And we want to make sure that we show our customers and our potential customers how good we are, honestly, and how we go about our business and how we actually do everything that we actually do. So for the first episode, we're going to just straight up do NFL content. We're going to do a little bit of NBA at the end. This is the only the first episode, so we can't really get into it the way I want to yet. But as this gets better and as we grow as a team and as we get more subscribers and more fucking people watching us and fucking with us, we will move on to NBA as well, and we will be doing this more than once a week. It's truly up to you guys how often we do these Green Team podcasts. We're going to start it off once a week, but if we really like how everything's going, we're going to up it to 2, then we'll up it to 3, and then who fucking knows by then. So, Brandon, let them know what your specialties are and how you get down. What do you do for Mo Sports Premium? All right, hold on one second. We can't hear Brandon. Hold on one second. In the Twitch stream, we can't hear Brandon. Can y'all hear Nick in the Twitch stream? Comment if y'all can hear Nick in the Twitch stream, guys. Hold on one second. Try again. Talk again, Brandon.
Yo, yo. Hello, hello.
Let's try that again.
Hello, hello. What's up? Yeah.
God damn it. Well, this is what happens. Try it again. Keep talking. I'm
Yo,
just
yo,
trying to
yo,
see.
yo,
Oh,
yo,
he's
yo,
good.
yo.
He's officially good. All right, he's
All
officially
right.
good. Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. Here we go. I had to fix a couple of things on my end to make sure y'all hear Brandon. I'm sorry, guys. We're officially starting the Green Team podcast right now. Let's fucking get it. So, Brandon, let me repeat this question to you. All right. What do you do? How the fuck do you get down in Mo Sports Premium? What is your specialties? And how did you get to this point to where we
Yeah,
are
so
today?
I'm the head DFS provider. I came in just for DFS content, all daily fantasy sports, DraftKings, mostly just DraftKings, not FanDuel. I was recruited by you guys about a year ago now as the only DFS guy on the team, but now we've grown the regime and staff, and we've got quite the DFS team. I've started DFS probably about 7 or 8 years ago now. I just my love for my just season long fantasy football really is what got me into it. And the DraftKings commercials every single second on TV. You think it's a scam, and then finally I took the plunge, and since then it's been it's been nothing but good times really in my life. DFS has paid a lot of my bills, and has made my life a lot easier these last several years.
Dope, 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 dope. All right, Nick, or AKA Nick's tape. Where are you from? How did you get to this point? What do you do? What's your specialties, man?
Uh, well, I reached out to your ass like 2 years ago and said you had a pretty cool group, and I thought we could grow it. And 2 years later, here we are. Running a pretty fucking fierce operation, if you ask me. I cover NBA and NFL, mostly props. Do a little bit of game results, but mostly stick to props. And I got to work around Brandon's giant menu, so.
Oh yeah. So and then there's me. I'm the founder, creator, and owner of Mo Sports Network, and basically it's one big umbrella. We have Mo Sports Premium, Mo Sports Apparel, Mo Sports social media content in general, Mo Sports podcasts, etc., etc. But I started Mo Sports about 2 years ago with basically a vision of becoming a nationwide sports network that gives out not only the greatest stats and data and information, but also the most realest and rawest sports network with the most real opinions and the most fun way to watch sports, the most fun way to intake sports media in general. A lot of the media nowadays is fucked up. ESPN is fucked up. All these sports media, besides Barstool, really, but they're still a little fucked up. But we're here to change the game, not only in the sports betting world, but in the sports content world, in the sports media world in general. We're just here to change the game, and this is just another pillar of what we are going to do. I think Green Team Podcast is really gonna take off because we're really about to give up some real good information to you guys, and we're really about to turn this shit up, man. So I'm really
And Most Sports
excited.
Premium has been at an elite level results wise for the last 9 months. So we're in a good shape,
Yes,
man.
we are in very good shape, and especially in the month of December, we have been fucking snapping. I think we've all, as a team, has been shooting average 60%. I'm saying right now for the
I think I
first
have it at
10
58
days.
right now.
Yeah, first 10 days of
58 for the
December.
month.
Now Brandon himself is probably going like 70%. Fritzy has been going fucking nuts. Oh man, it's just lit, man. We're doing a really great thing, and we're only charging $25 a month. A lot of these guys, a lot of these cappers, they're charging $250, $300 just for a week. They're charging $50
For
a
one fucking
day.
sport, bro.
They're charging $50
Off
for
one
one
sport.
sport for one day. We're charging $25 for 9 cappers, 7 sports, DFS. I don't want to hear shit from y'all niggas, man. We give it up for y'all, man. I don't care, man. We do our damn thing. But let's hop right into it. I'm tired of talking about us. Let's give these niggas a reason to why we do what we do. So let's start off with the first game here. What we're gonna do, guys? We're gonna go game by game in the NFL slate. I'm gonna tell you where the money is, what the line movement is doing. Brandon's gonna really break down the DFS end of it, who he likes on his lineups for that game, and then Nick will wrap it up for that game with props, and Brandon obviously too, 'cause his name is Proptimus Prime. So you already know what time it is. So all right, let's get into it. All right, first game will be. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. I've just been all over the place. Let me get on my action
notebook out here.
Sheesh. Lord.
I got all the games in front of me if you want me to run them.
Yeah, I started with Baltimore, Cleveland. I just started at the top of ESPN. I don't know if that's where we're starting
exactly what where we were going to start. Baltimore, Cleveland. The live line right now is -2.5 Cleveland, and that was the open as well. I'll start it off honestly. So what we got here now? Hold on. Let me give y'all some shit real quick. Let me give y'all some shit.
Some sauce.
So here we go. All right. So I'm sharing my screen right now, fellas, in case you didn't know. But it says right here, 46% of the bets are. Oh, actually, the Ravens are +3. It did move a half a point in certain books. 46% of the bets to 54% of the bets. So the money is pretty even. As you can see right here, it jumps significantly in the percentage of money. It goes from 54 to 73%. Cleveland, 46 to 27%. Baltimore. That means that not only the public is on Cleveland, but the sharps are as well. We have a heavy amount of dollars right here. 73% to 27% is going to be heavy public. Browns. There was no line movement, like I said. So, I mean, me personally, I'm not taking this game, but if I had to choose, I'm always going to fade the public. I like the Ravens +3 in this game. The Ravens just came off of a very disturbing game last week, to say the least. But yeah, I like the plus in pretty much any divisional game. Any divisional game, I love the underdogs in divisional games, especially a close first place battle matchup right here with Cleveland and Baltimore. You know Lamar's going to keep it close. The Ravens love to play close games. I like Cleveland. I mean, I like Baltimore +3 as of right now. What about you, Brandon? What do you like in this game?
Yeah, so this game is an interesting one. Not really too much stands out, just because they actually just played their last game against each other was just played prior to their bye weeks, and not much fantasy really relevance in this game on that last game. We were missing, actually, Kareem Hunt did play, so we did get both the tandem back of Chubb and Kareem Hunt back. The one person I do really love in this spot for DFS is Austin Hooper. With Njoku out on COVID, it just looks like Hooper is gonna just step right into that role, and it's looking like he was already targeted a lot. Let's see. So he's been targeted about 4 times a game over the last 7. And this is with Njoku on the field. So you're expecting probably at the very least that to stay the same in the floor, but the ceiling is obviously increased a little bit higher, and the price is just phenomenal on him today. $3,400 is probably your. There's 2 tight ends that you can consider today, and I'll get to the other one when we get to that next game. But this is probably your best tight end play on the slate today, or coming up this Sunday. A prop I did love actually. A little hiccup earlier today, but I pretty much had this prop written down. I had it found this morning, actually last night. It was Austin Hooper over 2.5 receptions. It was -160 on Caesars, but at the time of this video now, I think that line winded up moving to 3.5 receptions. So I have to reanalyze that and see where I stand there. But yeah, Austin Hooper's got to be the guy in this game to go to. I'm not really a fan of the Baltimore side. Just too slow paced, too much run orientations. Same with Cleveland. It's just a very slow paced game. But the price on Hooper just allows so much flexibility. So I definitely don't mind getting to him there.
Yeah, I actually been looking at Austin Hooper as well. There's a couple of sharps that expressed their interest in Austin this Sunday in
Yeah, for sure.
and it was actually I think that line was at -180 earlier today, so I can see if it went up an extra reception because
So
the juice was so high that I can see him going up one more because there was just it was
exactly.
-180 already.
Exactly, and you see how the trends is, in NBA the last couple days where the books tend to they don't want to give you plus money on some of these guys, right? Like Austin Hooper at 3.5 plus money is really good value for the better this week. It's not a shoe-in like 2.5 is in my opinion, but it's a really solid value plus EV situation for the better, not the book. So they don't want to give you that plus EV situation, right? So they're going to try to give you that 2.5 line at major juice until they can't anymore. And I think it finally winded up teetering off that ledge there.
Exactly. That 180, it was just they can't go to 200. They got to move the line.
They're not doing that.
A certain amount of time. So you like Austin Hooper over 2.5 receptions. If anything, it's at 3.5 now. Regardless.
Yeah, if anything, it's at 3.5. Yeah, I do like it a lot.
All right, cool. All right, Nick, what do you like with this game?
I'm riding with you on Baltimore getting the points. This is one of those matchups where you have the Ravens are the best against the run in the NFL, only giving up 84 yards a game, and the run the ball is the bread and butter in Cleveland, and it's just a matter of which side is better at what they do. And I think it's the Ravens, to be honest with you. And I think they're going to force them to pass a little bit more than they'd like to. And as long as Lamar doesn't fuck everything up, then Ravens should come out on top of this one. As far as props go, I think with Baltimore forcing Cleveland to pass more, you're going to see Jarvis Landry highly involved. He was just posted as no injury designation for the first time this season an hour ago. So all those knee injuries that he's been dealing with all season long are allegedly a thing of the past. There's a lot of juice on it. It was at negative 155 for over 4.5 about a half hour ago. We want to get on that early and now before it's 5.5 because then it's getting dicey. But I expect a big day from Landry.
I like Landry. I'm starting him over. Who am I? I'm starting him over Hollywood Brown this week in my flex spot in one of my leagues. So like, I'm really liking Landry myself. But
he had 10 targets in the last matchup too. So
okay,
yeah,
he's
a beast.
That's a really good indication as to what the fuck's about to go on with that game. So basically, we like the Ravens with the points. We like Austin Hooper over 2.5, and we like Jarvis Landry for whatever prop he's doing. All right, on to the next game.
Should be Tennessee Jacksonville. I got
Raiders versus the Chiefs.
Raiders, okay.
It is in Kansas City. The current line right now is +10 Raiders or -9.5 Chiefs. I'm just going by the best odds possible. So the best odds right now is -9.5 Chiefs on DraftKings, and the +10 is on
FanDuel.
Okay, cool. So let me get back to this. Let me get back to me real quick. Let me do this. Okay, I'm reloaded. All right, so so you can see on the money right here, there's not much line movement, so there's not really much to look at over there. Percentage of bets, 59% over on the Raiders side to 41% on the Chiefs. There's a big jump from the percentage of bets to the percentage of money. A lot of the money is going over towards Kansas City, and since there's no line movement, that indicates that it's a lot of public money. So usually when it's sharp money, the line moves with the percentage. You know what I'm saying? But since there was no line movement, it's really just people just pouring their fucking money into the Chiefs. But it's still 60% of the public bets, the regular bets, is on the Raiders. So there's definitely some sharp action going into Kansas City. Me personally, once again, this is another divisional game. All right, let me tell y'all this. Most of the games this week are divisional games. So Raiders, Ravens, Browns, Raiders, Chiefs, Cowboys, Washington, Falcons, Panthers, Jags, Titans, I believe, are in the same division. And Bears, Packers, Rams, Cardinals. So there's a lot of divisional games going on this week. So I'm going to like the underdog in a lot of these games. But actually, honestly, I'm staying away from this game once again. This is not my pick. But if I had to choose, I'm probably actually going to go against the grain and stick with Chiefs minus 9.5. I think the Chiefs are about to just go on that run that they usually go on towards the end of the season, where they just start tearing shit up. Specifically, Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and Kelsey. But me personally, I like the Chiefs minus 9.5. I'm going against the grain a bit, but it is what it is. It's not my official play, so I really don't care. So, yeah. Let me get back to my screen. Here we go. All right. Brandon, what do you like?
All right, yeah. So this game, it's a little interesting. This is the first time they played this year. Was a big shootout. I think the Raiders wound up taking that one. Derek Carr had one of the better fantasy performances of the year for him. On that game. Yeah, I'm actually on board with you really here. I'm not really going to make too much of a call on the game script itself, but I think -9 Kansas City is solid just because of the game environment. I think that's going to happen. I don't think that the Raiders and Derek Carr can go 2-0 against the Chiefs this year.
Especially in
Chiefs,
Kansas City in the cold.
Yeah, I agree. It's a different environment there. The fans and like you said, I think it's now we're in this state of the NFL or the year where it's turnover now. They got to turn over the slate. So I think that it does start here, the get right moment for them. There is some really good DFS fantasy perspectives here, though. I really like Josh Jacobs with no Kenyon Drake, which is probably one of the better plays on the slate. He's coming in at I have him projected at 22% ownership, which is the second highest running back on the slate as of right now. And the guy just is absolute usage monster. I think he had 9 targets last game when Drake went down. And I'm not saying that you can expect that again, but if we're seeing anywhere in that 5 to 6 target range, which is pretty much his average. I mean, if you look at the past 5, it's 9, 4, 7, 5, and 4. And now you're taking Kenyon Drake out of the mix. So let's see what Kenyon Drake's receptions have been or targets have been. And it's been 2, 4, 4, 5, 3, 8, and 2. So he has been getting a good chunk of targets. So if you can assume Josh Jacobs absorbs a lot of that role, that Kenyon Drake role, which I assume that he does with no other running back really being of merit on that roster, this is a really good spot for him. Kansas City does not defend pass catchers coming out of the backfield well. They're not very good defensively in any regard. The price is phenomenal, 6,200. Josh Jacobs is shaping up to be probably one of the better plays on the slate as of right now, and definitely one you probably should wind up getting into your lineup. The other guy on the other side of the not the other side of the game actually, but the other side of the offense is Hunter Renfro. Just another staple
I love Hunter, man. Killing.
Just a staple, man, and his price is just slowly but surely moving up, but not anywhere to where we're upset, right? 5,800 3 weeks ago, and now he's 6,100. So we're talking about a $400 increase since Henry Ruggs left the offense, and since that time, his usage has gone up, his snap share has gone up. He was at a 22% snap share, now he's at a 33% snap share. He's playing a lot more in the slot, he's playing a lot more on the outside. The targets are there. It's just been incredible. I mean, he's gotten 10, 9, and 9 targets in the 3 games that Henry Ruggs have not played. The price is just not going up. The Kansas City, he's already had a monster game against 18 points, 9 targets. This is just a really good spot for these Las Vegas guys. On the flip of this, I'm not really liking the Kansas City side of this. As always, they're just very expensive for what they've been doing this year. I do feel like the get right is coming, but it's hard to take that shot in DFS with the prices of these guys. I mean, Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and Kelsey are just, top tier of their price range, and they just haven't been getting there. So it doesn't look like a good spot for these Kansas City guys to me.
Okay, I want to double back on. Go ahead.
Yeah, and the prop that I would be looking at for this game, nothing crazy, would be Josh Jacobs over 25.5 receiving yards, and then Josh Jacobs over 55.5 rushing yards. I think the receiving yards is a really low total if we can expect to see this Drake absorption of usage, right? If we can expect to see Josh Jacobs absorb these 2-3 extra targets a game to land him somewhere around that 6 to 7 targets Leonard Fournette role, and then I think 25.5 receiving yards is just a joke of a number. Now, there's a chance that other guys can come in and take some of this role, especially with a week of game planning and stuff like that. But the more safe bet I think would be the 55.5 rush yards. I think that they use him quite a bit coming Sunday.
How many rushing attempts is Jacobs at?
So Josh Jacobs is averaging about 14 a game. Two of his biggest. So his two biggest attempts have actually come in as back-to-back weeks at 13 and 22. Now, the big thing about this, too, is Drake doesn't run much, but let's go ahead and see what his averages were. So he had nothing crazy. He had one attempt before he got injured last week, but then he had 7, 5, 4, and 4. So if you can, like I said, if you can absorb 2 to 3 attempts with Josh Jacobs, and now the thing about rushing attempts prop bets is you're really wanting to target the team that should be the favorite. So I probably wouldn't consider the rushing attempts and even the rushing yards is a little bit on the negative correlation side of this kind of game script, because obviously we expect Kansas City to be winning. The game script implies that Vegas implies that. Negative. So these are kind of the game scripts you kind of want to stay away from, rushing totals and rushing attempt totals, because if they get behind 14-0 early, then obviously this season average will dwindle down. So yeah, that would be my only claim to that.
Okay, cool. I want to double back on Renfro, actually. That guy has that connection, man. There's something about these white guys and these white quarterbacks, man. They got that white guy connection. Cooper Kupp, Matt Stafford, Hunter Renfro, Derek Carr. I'm telling you, man, these white wide receivers, these slot white wide receivers.
The slot guys, yeah.
They fucking kill it every time, man. And hey, it is what it is. But that boy Hunter Renfro, he's a dog, man. I love his style of play. He reminds me of a Wes Welker type. Like, he is scrappy. He can fucking get in the crevices of that zone defense and just fucking get buckets, man. I love Hunter Renfro. I have him in a couple of my fantasy leagues, and he's just been killing it for me. Shout out to Hunter Renfro, man. All right, Nick. What do you
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, you're still here.
I'm piling on the Josh Jacobs bandwagon, and I even like him at 84.5 total yards. Now, not only is Drake out, but Jalen Richard is on the COVID list, which leaves them with Peyton Barber as the only back on the roster who has seen the field this year, and he's seeing about 2% of the snap count throughout the season. So you're going to get a whole lot of Josh Jacobs, whether it be in the passing game and hopefully early in the running game.
Honestly, I would like Jacobs that reception over. I mean, not the reception, but the receiving yards over, because I could see a game script happening where
get behind.
Kansas City starts fucking them up big time.
Yeah, they'll definitely. I think that would be the case. Yeah,
is just going to go out the fucking window. So, I mean, honestly, Josh Jacobs, maybe even over receptions, over receiving yards, is more.
Yeah, the reception line wasn't posted yet.
Bet. Could be a safer bet. Like, yes, Kenyon Drake, you know what I'm saying? But he doesn't get that much burn compared to Jacobs, man. So, me personally. Yeah.
For just to piggyback off of what Nick was saying real quick, with Peyton Barber, not that, I'm sure he gets some burn, but most of his big games or his burn games have come early in the season with John Gruden.
Jacobs was out.
Well, and not only that, but yes, when Jacobs was out, but when John Gruden was there, and John Gruden, little tidbit of information, John Gruden and Peyton Barber have a great relationship from his days in the Buccaneers and loved him, and he used him a lot more than this new coach seems to be using him. I mean, even to the point where, like I said, hasn't even seen the field in almost 10 weeks until last week. So it looks like with John Gruden out of there, it looks like Peyton Barber is no longer a coach favorite there. So it looks like if it was still John Gruden here, I can see him trying to force Peyton Barber into the mix this coming Sunday. Without him there, I can see it being the Josh Jacobs show a lot more.
Okay. It's going to have to be the Jacob show because this is a Vegas team that was...
They don't win without him.
That started off well, that was in the playoff hunt, and they are swirling around the toilet bowl. So they're going to need to put their best players on the field as much as they can to try to get a win here.
And use and abuse them. I mean, it is what it is, right? We're to the point in the year now, in the league now, where if you're still trying to make the playoffs, you use the backs of your best players. And unfortunately, they don't have much prowess on that offense besides Josh Jacobs. I wouldn't even say that he's a top tier running back, but he is good enough to where if he had the volume, he could do some damage against Kansas City. And Kansas City has been relatively solid this year. Well, as of late, defensively, not this year, because they started off the year horrendously. But I do have some stats here. Josh Jacobs actually is Las Vegas does have a 13% run blocking advantage against Kansas City today. So or against Kansas City this coming Sunday. So they do have the line advantage. And also Kansas City is 26th in the NFL at yards before contact. So they let up almost a yard and a half before they touch the ball carrier. So that's why I was leaning a little bit towards this rushing yards total, hoping that he can kind of get to this, get to that, at least to the bulk of it before the game starts getting out of hand, or maybe the game doesn't get out of hand. I don't know. But, that's where my mindset was for that. But I do love both. Like I said, the receiving yards is just so soft. 25.5 is crazy from a guy that just is coming off of a 9-target game. I mean, I'm not saying 9 is going to happen again, but 9 targets is just ridiculous.
Oh yeah. Another thing. Now, I've been forgetting to show the over/unders and stuff like that as well. But there's heavy sharp action going on the under. It opened at 53 and it's at 47. It's at 48 now. So it's already dropped 5 points, and it's not even Saturday yet, and the public hasn't even, touched the – this is the thing where it's a Friday before a Sunday. Nobody really puts – the degenerate, typical sports gambler don't put their bets in until Saturday night, Sunday morning. So, the data that I'm looking at right now is pretty much professional bettors at the end of the day. So when I see the 53 drop down to 48, but there's still 82% of the money on the over, shit's funky, to say the least. But all right, let's move on to the next game. Cowboys versus the Washington football team. The opening line was -1.5 Washington, actually, which is kind of crazy. And the line has moved all the way to +4.5 Washington or -4 Dallas. There is about a 50-50. It's at 57.43% right now with the bet percentage. 72% of the money is on the Cowboys, which is why you see the big line movement happening right now. Honestly, the sharp money is on the Cowboys. And I like the Cowboys. I still like the Cowboys at 72% because I know for a fact once Saturday, Sunday hits, so much public money is going to come in as well that it's going to move more towards the Cowboys. It's at 72 right now. It might go crazier. It could get to -6, -7. I'm going to go against the grain on this. I still like the Cowboys on this. I personally still like the Cowboys. And I like the over on this as well. It's at 48 right now. It's at 40-60% of bet percentage. But it's going from 40 to 80 in the money. So me personally, I like the Cowboys in the over. That's very typical of what a typical person would want in this game. But I like it. Go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah, so this game has a little bit of DFS prowess to it. So there's a little bit of a questionable tag on Pollard. If that does come wind up being something that is to be monitored for sure, because Zeke becomes an elite play if that's the case. Pollard is, as we all know, Pollard and Zeke have shared such a load this year that you really can't rely on either of them, especially since Pollard's price has creeped up towards that Zeke price. So if Pollard is out, yeah, it's definitely probably Zeke. Aside from that, I really like Amari Cooper's price, 5,900. He hasn't really gotten there since the COVID, since before COVID really, but the price is just so fair for him. Almost $2,000 cheaper than CeeDee Lamb. Probably about the same price as Gallup, about $300 more expensive. So if you're having to pick between Gallup and Amari Cooper, it's probably Amari Cooper. 10 out of 10 times. I know Gallup has looked good and all that good stuff, but Amari Cooper is the guy there. On the flip of this is another really, really solid value tight end, but it's really hard for me to get to him this week because of one, Austin Hooper, and then two, the guy that I will speak about, who is probably my favorite tight end to play of the slate. A little bit later in the video, but yeah, it's Ricky Seals-Jones. So Ricky Seals-Jones is getting another start with Logan Thomas out, and Ricky Seals-Jones' price winded up creeping. Yeah, he winded up creeping all the way to about 4,100, 4,200 when Logan Thomas was out during that first stint, that 3 or 4 games, and he was solid. I mean, he was averaging about 12 fantasy points a game for that price, really good. And obviously, when Logan Thomas came back these last 2 weeks, the price has started to dwindle down. He's back in this $3,600, $3,700 range, and he's 36 this week. So we're getting him again at a price point where he was earlier in the year when Logan Thomas went out, and we know the role that Ricky Seals-Jones has on this team. Washington loves to attack the middle of the field. They love the tight ends. They love the short routes. He comes in and he pretty much absorbs this Logan Thomas role. There's no skipping a beat here. He comes in, he knows the playbook, he knows the routes. He is a monster. I mean, he played 97% of snaps during the stint of Logan Thomas being out, and that's just something that you don't get. You guys know me, I'm a usage guy, so really good spot for him here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like Logan Thomas too.
And there is
Ricky Seals.
Ricky Seals, and there is no line for him right now, but this is something that I am keeping a lookout for. I don't think it drops at this, but if it does, this is a hammer. If it drops at over 2.5 receptions, this is a hammer. If it drops at 3.5, I'll definitely have to do a little bit more analyzing within the matchup. But 2.5, if it drops at 2.5, I don't care the odds. I don't care if it's 180, 170, if it's juiced. Take it. Take it all day long. I would play Ricky Seals-Jones at over 2.5 at minus 210.
Okay, cool. Nick, how you feel about this?
I mean, I really don't love this game, but the only thing that sticks out to me is Terry McLaurin, 4.5 receptions. Guy has 103 targets this year, and he's just, no matter who the quarterback is, he's their favorite target. And double digits in 7 contests. He's coming off a bad week, so I expect a huge bounce back from McLaurin. And only problem is the juice on it's at minus 150. So I want to.
Here's a little info on this McLaurin matchup. It does project. I do have him projected to be seeing Trayvon Diggs for a majority of the game, roughly 60% of the snaps. He has a 76 matchup rating against Trayvon Diggs, which is puts him at almost top 10% of the slate. He has a 6-pound advantage on him as well, and Trayvon Diggs averages almost 2 yards per route covered. So yeah, this is a really good matchup for him. Trayvon Diggs, as Corey is a big fan of saying, is a really good playmaker. But he's not a very good defender. I don't know,
because he's a wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean he's I don't know if a lot of you guys watching have this wrong idea of who Trayvon Diggs is, but he is not a good defender. Will he be a good defender? I think that he will. I think that he will be a phenomenal defender. But right now, no, he's not a good defender. He is a playmaker. He is a animal with the ball in his hands. He knows how to get the ball in his hands. But this guy takes risks. He takes shots to be able to get these turnovers. And guys that take risks give up big plays. They get burnt. So Terry McLaurin is a guy that, yeah.
He reminds me of and I've never used this word for a defensive back before, but he's a fucking stat patter, yo. This motherfucker only plays for the pick. Period.
It's weird
he
though.
Plays for the pick, nothing more, nothing less, man. Like,
it's weird because like as a
he gets
coach,
burnt. He doesn't care because
yeah.
you know why? I have 8 interceptions, so there's nothing you could say or do to me because I have 8 interceptions, and I'm gonna get the biggest contract in cornerback history from Jerry Jones whenever that time comes because I'm getting a pick per game. Yeah, I'm getting torched for 200 yards every game.
Yeah.
But guess what? I got a pick. So, you know what I'm saying?
He's the NFL version of a cherry picker.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. He definitely takes the shots, and he gets hurt because of it, obviously. He gets the interceptions, but he gets hurt because of it. I think Terry McLaurin is a really good spot to against Trevion Diggs with the shots. The yards is something that I would even consider with Terry McLaurin. I don't really even know the line for it, but again, this is like I said with the shots that Trevion Diggs takes, all it takes is one mistimed slant route jump, and Terry McLaurin takes it 80 yards to the house. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is. It's all it takes. You know,
have it at 62 and a half.
Yeah, so it could be a one misjumped snap, one misjumped pass.
Terry's very. Here's the thing about Terry. He is very athletic. He's very athletic, like Trayvon Diggs. But the thing about, like you said, Brandon, he is a very technical wide receiver. He
very good route runner.
Run the fuck out of some routes.
And that's what hurts. Point. That's what hurts Trevion Diggs. It's not. You're not gonna out physical him. You're not gonna out athleticism him. You're not gonna out jump him. You're not gonna make the circus catches over him. Like if it's
you bait him in and you burn him.
Yeah, if it's a jump ball, I mean, there's good. I would give him the better chance. But this is a guy that, like you said, if a technical route runner can really expose this kind of corner.
Oh yeah, and Terry is exactly what that is. Technical as fuck.
Yep.
All right, so we like Terry. We like who else? Ricky Seals-Jones.
Ricky Seals-Jones.
We like
Cowboys.
Dallas, and we like the over as well. I like the over. So let's move on to the next game. Falcons versus the Panthers. The Falcons are at +3. And the Panthers are at -2.5. It all depends on the book. Like I said, the opening, they have only moved a half a point, so that there's nothing really to see with that.
Real quick, Corey, I don't know if you what your plan is for questions, but there was a question about the Las Vegas game. I don't know if you plan to answer them all at the end or
let's do it. Let's do it now. When you see a question, just interrupt and ask away. Okay,
so yeah, Pex. So the question was, are we afraid Renfro's ceiling is going to drop with Jacobs, mainly in red zone passes? And no, not ceiling. Yeah, I guess ceiling, sure. Because the ceiling is the optimal score for a player, right? So the maximum best score we're hoping a player gets, right? So if there's a little bit of things that happen to take some usage away from him, to take some stuff away from him, then sure, the ceiling will diminish a little bit. But I think that you don't play Hunter Renfro for the ceiling. I think you play him for the floor, especially in DFS. You play this guy knowing full and well you're going to get 8 to 10 targets, you're going to get 6 to 7 catches. He might get a touchdown. He gets, he actually gets plays drawn up in the red zone, kind of like Deebo Samuel, kind of like Deontay Johnson, to where they will try to get him involved and get him some shots, with bubble screens and all these little fun little attacks towards these red zones. So yeah, I think that with Jacobs involved, more so now with Kenyon Drake being out, I don't really know if it affects Hunter Renfro because again, this is still the same scenario. We're just getting it squished into one player instead of two now, right? We're not getting a different scenario for Hunter Renfro, right? It's
I think Darren Waller's health is more of a effect
so that's
Renfro's
another one.
Floor and ceiling.
Yes, exactly. So if Darren Waller doesn't play, which I think as of right now, the last I looked at it, he was trending in the wrong. He's out. So yeah, he's out. I think so. When did that happen? So he was crazier. He was ruled out actually 40. Yeah, he was ruled out 42 minutes ago. So yeah, this is Hunter Renfro land again. The floor is there, the ceiling is there, the play calling's there
now too, because that shit is gonna be that line is gonna go up to the gods now.
Hunter Renfro has had 7 receptions in six straight games, 7 plus.
It's gonna be 7 straight games, that's for sure. It's not gonna be at 7 receptions, I bet. By the time
I don't think they put it at 6 and I don't think they put it at 6 and 5. Let me see what the line is now. Renfro is at 6.5. Yeah, wow, they put it at 6.5.
Hammer it now. Renfro over reception 6.5. That is a play. All right. Yeah. Anything else? All right. No, we actually have moved on to this game. Falcons Panthers. Yeah. Let me get back to that. The percentage of bets is on Atlanta, 62%. Panthers at 38%, but the money is on Carolina at 65%. That's obviously a big jump, and with no line movement, that really means that the sharps are in on the Panthers, which kind of surprised me because I kind of like the Falcons, but at the same time, the Falcons are the Falcons. The over-under is very interesting, actually. It opened at 48.5, and now it has gone down all the way to 41. It has dropped 7.5 points already. Obviously, I don't know. That means the under is going crazy right now.
This game's a freaking
was McCaffrey
fade,
on IR when that line dropped?
Yeah, he's been on IR for almost a week now, right? On Monday.
Okay. So maybe the line dropped before they put him on IR, maybe?
Yeah.
It has to be it.
It has to be because there's just no reason for any line to drop that many points for no reason. So
yeah.
I still like the over in this, though. Like, it's at 41 points. I mean, actually, I don't fucking know because these assholes, this game
sucks.
Get ugly. It could get
This
ugly.
game sucks.
This game sucks. I'm staying away from it personally. I don't like either or bets. I don't like the game spread or the over-under. If I had to choose, I'd go Falcons +3 because it's a divisional game, obviously. But you know, Las Vegas, they add 3 points for being home or being away. I don't know if y'all knew that, but so
I mean, the Falcons also have to fuck up their draft slot, so we'll win this one to make sure we pick around 18.
the Falcons love draft pick hell. It's their favorite thing in the world. So I could see them definitely pulling out a win. And the Panthers have been absolute dog shit. So, I mean, let's see. What do you like, Brandon? You like anything specific in this game?
Yeah, so I'm going to keep this one really short and sweet. The game environment's really, really bad for this game. Atlanta, Carolina is just going to be a shit show, in my opinion. I think that, and it could be high scoring, it could be fast paced, all that stuff, but it's just two struggling teams. That don't have identities really, in my opinion. They don't know what they want to do. They don't know what's working. They don't know what's not working. Injuries, all that good stuff. Yeah, it's real simple. There's really good prices on these Carolina guys. I have no interest on any Atlanta players. Cam Newton obviously is always in play. I know that anybody that's watching this that has been using my DFS in our groups is going to be like, oh my God, Cam Newton. I understand Cam Newton is had an 8-point dud the day we played him and all that good stuff. But he also had a 27-point game in his first start. He's still dirt cheap. $5,500. He's $1,000 above minimum price for a quarterback. Something you cannot ignore. Rushing upside. Touchdown upside with the goal line sneak, something you cannot ignore. I mean, you're looking at 12, 13 points to hit value. He pretty much got pulled from the game 2 weeks ago, and he still got 9 points, which was 3 points under value. I mean, this is just a phenomenal price for a guy that has rushing upside. I mean, he's not going to go there and throw 300 yards. He's not going to throw 3 touchdowns, but he has the potential to get a rushing touchdown. He has the potential to get 30 rushing yards and hit you value there. Chuba Hubbard's another guy that I have interest in. Price is just really, really cheap, $5,900. No McCaffrey. We know the role that he absorbs with no McCaffrey. Usage monster. He played Atlanta earlier in the year without McCaffrey. Got 24 carries, 82 yards on it. So really porous performance in the yards per carry, but he was a monster in the usage department. 16 fantasy points. The price is good for him. The next person and my favorite person in this game is DJ Moore. I know Cam Newton throwing the ball is not something that we love to see, but this guy is just the staple of consistency. DJ Moore is probably one of my favorite receivers in the league and one of my favorite what ifs, because I feel like DJ Moore is so talented, and if he had the right quarterback, that he could just be just this, and maybe not in real life football, but in a fantasy perspective, this guy is an absolute stud. I mean, listen to these targets: 10, 7, 7, 7, 8, 10, 13, 12, 12, 11, 10, 11. Like, that's insane. I mean, he has 3 games on the entire year under 10 targets. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, he is far and away the most used person on his team. He's actually third in the league in snap percentages for wide receivers. He's second in the league in deep targets. He's fourth in the league in routes ran. I mean, the guy is just a usage monster. He just has nobody that can throw him the ball consistently, right? But soft defense in Atlanta, softer. They're not, the worst secondary in the world, but softer. And DJ Moore is talented. I would say it's middle of the pack, but right now it's middle of the pack. But secondary wise, they haven't looked good. I mean, he went 4 for 8 against them in the first game for 10 points, but that's not something that you're going to write home about. But this is, again, that was when he was $7,200, and now we're getting him at $6,200. So this is $1,000 cheaper in the same game environment. We just need Cam Newton to hit a couple throws. That's it. I mean, DJ Moore is getting the usage, he's getting the targets. He just needs to hit, get the throws accurately to him.
So Cam Newton is going to be the quarterback for the main slate on Sunday. That's what you're saying?
Really, this will be a whole different thing, but the slate on Sunday is going to be such an interesting one, man. There's pretty much nobody to spend up for with Keenan Allen and Mike Williams out, and there's 4 or 5 guys that are minimum price that are going to be in the lineup tomorrow. We might actually have to eat $6,000 in salary. That's how crazy this slate is going to be on Sunday, but that's a whole different thing.
Interesting indeed.
I mean, Jalen Guyton and Josh Palmer are $3,000 each, and they're wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2 for freaking Justin Herbert. I mean, how do you not play them?
You can't. Yeah.
You can't. I mean, against the Giants, no wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2 with Justin Herbert throwing the ball. I mean, you got to play them. They're minimum price. How do you not? Yeah. Anybody's gonna be able to get whoever they want in this slate. So.
Yeah, it's more of a crapshoot. Well, not a crapshoot, obviously, because it's
just picking who you want, your favorites. And
everybody looks good this week, though. Is basically what you're saying. Nick, exactly. Is there anything specific you want to add in besides all the information he just brought out?
I don't like any props for this game.
Last 6 weeks, opposing running backs versus Atlanta. Fournette had 92 yards total. James Robinson the week before, 115 total. The Stevenson-Harris combo went for 140 total. Pollard and Elliott went for 164 total yards. Kamara and Ingram went for 168. And then Chuba Hubbard and Amir Abdullah went for 157. Hammer every fucking prop you can on Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah, I mean, 60.5 or 59.5 is the prop right now. And, yeah, that just looks great. I mean, absolutely great.
Even 83.5 total, whatever.
Let's just look at the rushing attempts. I mean, in the last 4 games with Christian McCaffrey out, 24, 18, 16, and 24. I mean, this is just a guy getting the ball a fucking shit ton, even with bad yards per carry. Mm-hmm. I mean, 2.3, 3.4, 4.2, 3.8. He has 2 abysmal yards per carry, and he's still over that total in 3 of those games. I mean,
then you slant it with the fact that Atlanta gives up
it is
25
bad,
yards of fucking carry. So
yep.
Yeah,
Chuba, I like it.
So we like Chuba. What about Cordero?
Props. I haven't looked too much into it, but he's too expensive. On DraftKings for it, and Carolina is solid. I think Carolina. I mean, they were a lot better earlier in the year, and they've a little bit faltered, but they're not bad defensively.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next game. New Orleans versus the Jets. It opened at -3. It has moved to -4.5 or +5.5. The money it's 62 to 38% of bets, and then 40 to 60. So the sharps are really on the Jets. This game is going to be, but I do like this. All right, so 46.5. It went down to 43 in the over. 34% of the bets are on the over, while 44% of the money is on the over. Now, this is what I like to do when I follow the money, guys. I like to look for anything in the 20 and 30% of bets. Let me share my screen real quick. Hold on. I want to show y'all. All right. So what I'm showing y'all here is the money percentage and the bet percentage. So what I like to see is anywhere from 25 to like 39-ish, 40-ish even on the bet percentage, and on the money percentage, if it can go in between anywhere between 40 and 50% from that high 20 low 30%, that is what I look for when it comes to money. When it comes to following the money, I like when it's at 20 to 30 percentage and it jumps in between 40 and 50, because that means the sharps and the books have the same interest. Now, did it get sharp down to 43? Yes. But the way it's getting sharped back up is gonna, like, it's good money back up to 46. So that 43 to 46 and a half is money. I like the over on this. I like the over 43. It's gonna splash anywhere between 43 and 46, I think, like the game total. But what do you guys like?
Yeah, this game's looking like a fade for me. In all regards, Ingram's out, so with COVID as of right now, not even as of right now. I think he is actually deemed out with COVID. So Kamara is back officially, I believe. Let me just double check. Yeah, so Kamara is back.
Yeah.
So yeah, $60 or $7,900, really good price for Kamara. Definitely playable. Yeah, definitely playable. Like I said, I was just saying before how you're gonna find some trouble deciding who to spend up for on this slate. I think Austin Eckler, who I'll talk about later in this game, and Kamara are probably two of your guys that you'll look to. Prop wise, over 67.5 rushing yards for Kamara is something that I was interested in, but again, this is just a really dead game for me. I'm not really looking at too much of this game.
All right, cool. What about you, Nick?
Just Kamara. Receiving yards, 33.5 probably is what I lean toward, but
Yeah.
Even 108 total.
Total, yeah.
You know, he's gone over 105 of his last 8, and the Jets are awful against the run and against the pass. So,
with a little bit of information here, just for some educational purposes. Taysom Hill, I think, started 4 or 5 games last year, and in 4 of the 5, Kamara had, I think, 1 or 2 targets. I mean, he was not being looked for at all with Taysom Hill. And then, again, here's that weird kicker. That last game of last year with Taysom Hill, Kamara got 11 targets and crushed. Winded up putting up like 3 touchdowns, 10 catches, 192 yards. So are we going to go to this New Orleans first 4 games game plan where they're not even trying to get the ball to Kamara, or are they going to look back to last year and say, hey, we got the ball to Kamara 11 times last year and we absolutely destroyed this team with him, cruising through. So I think that would be something I guess you'd have to make your guesstimate at it. Really is because you're not going to know what the coaching is going to do.
With no Ingram, I think it leans even heavier toward Kamara.
Yeah, I agree.
Nice. All right, cool. So we like Kamara. We like in the over. Honestly, Kamara, the over.
We really don't like this football game.
Yeah, that's not a good football game.
The official opinion on the green team is fade this fucking game. It fucking stinks. It's a stinky.
Yeah, fuck this game.
Fuck this game. All right. Next game, Jacksonville versus Tennessee. The Jags opened up at +6. They have moved to +9 now. The Titans are at -6 to -8. The bet percentage is 52 to 58, while the Jags are 48 to 52. It's pretty much even money when it comes to the spread. Obviously, it's going in Tennessee's favor, though. If anything, I would like to buy down that -8 to -6.5 possibly, and rock out with the Titans because, the Titans are a decently good team and the Jaguars fucking stink. As far as the over-under goes, it started at 51.5 and it is dropped all the way the fuck down to 43. So, I mean, it's dropped 8 points. So that's very interesting to say the least as well. So I don't know what the fuck's going on with these guys, but I like the -6.5 Titans. What about you, Brandon?
Yeah, if you heard my stance on New Orleans or New Orleans, New York, you'll love this one. It's a fade. This game is not good. I mean, I think AJ Brown's out. Julio, I believe, is now back in. I think he was out when I was writing up my notes with COVID, but I believe I just read something. No, he's on IR. So
He's out for the year.
okay, so what was that? Maybe it was AJ that was so I thought one of them was going to be in. So no, neither of them are in. It really doesn't open up too much that I like still. I mean, you're looking at Nick Westbrook, which is just so you know what I mean? I mean, the price isn't even something that would,
those Titan
you know,
wide receivers are so you don't know right now.
yeah, like okay, 6 and 8 targets in back-to-back weeks. Jacksonville is very soft, but again, like it's just not something that I love. Like I just can't sit here and be like, yeah, I love playing Nick Westbrook. I love it. I love playing, I love it. So
Right.
yeah, no, this is a fade for me. I don't think I don't think anything here it looks good. Even on the Jacksonville side, the only spot I would really like would be Osausnase or whatever his name is. But again, this is not really a spot that I really like for him because of the other. So this is a really good spot for him if he was the only tight end on the slate that was in a really good spot. Like Dan Arnold's on the IR still, so Sausane is really, he came in and got 6 targets last week. Didn't play well, but the targets were there. Again, with the other people on the slate, with Hooper, and the other guy that I'll talk about in this next, my favorite game of the day, it's just not worth getting to him here. So no, yeah, this is a fade for me again. No props I like, just not a good game, unfortunately.
All right, cool. Let's see here, Nick. What do you like in this game?
This game sucks.
This game sucks. Yeah, I mean it's simple.
Maybe,
I mean,
maybe
it's not,
Deonta Foreman over 56.5 rushing yards, but
yeah. See, those were the couple I was messing with. Like which of the running backs is going to get there? But he got there with like.
I wouldn't even fuck around and force a pick on this game.
Yeah, because like he got there with like the 68-yarder last week, and he had a good yards per carry, but like we just don't know. We just don't know what this team is going to do.
Hilliard too.
Yeah,
Hilliard gets just as many attempts as Foreman.
Yeah.
So you really,
it's like a hot hand type of case. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth the bet.
This game is just not worth touching.
Fuck this game too.
Yeah, this game's shitty. All right, next game we got Seattle at Houston.
Let's get all the shitty ones out the way.
Yeah, we're getting the shit out of the shit.
We get the Denver, Detroit right after this one too. Just get them all out of
Denver,
there.
And then we're going Giants, Chargers, and then
that's my game of the week. So don't you dare.
No, fuck that. All right, so Seattle Texans, another shitball game. It started at -7. It is at -8.5 now, only a 1.5 difference. Once again, there is a trend to these shitty ass games and it getting sharped to fucking hell on the under. It started at 48.5. It is now at 40.5. At this point, you gotta take the over. At this point, shit, you know what I'm saying? But this is another one of those games where you just stay away. Seattle is known to play down to their opponents, but I wouldn't even touch the spread on this game. If anything, I'm taking that over at 40.5. It is so low, even though it got sharp down 8 fucking points. Is at that point where the sharps are trying to make a sandwich here. They're trying to get that in between 40 and 48.5 so they can win both of their bets. So, yeah. I like the over, if anything. Is there anything specific that you guys like, or?
No, DFS is a shit show again. Metcalf and Lockett are pretty much the same price. None of them have looked good. You don't know which one's going to be the one. You're not going to double stack them. Russ hasn't looked good. No, it's just too hard to guess, right? This is not a spot where you can be like analytically, decisive, right? You can't just be sitting here like, yeah, it's Lockett's going to be the guy this game because this lines up with this, that's not how it is, right? It seems like Seattle has no rhyme or reason for anything. It's just whoever's day it is, I guess. It's Metcalf's one day, it's Lockett's the next, it's Metcalf's, it's just too hard to guess. The running back situation's a joke. Alex Collins, I believe, is out. or trending in the wrong direction, or not Alex Collins, sorry, Chris Carson. And I believe he is on the IR too as well. Yeah, so Alex Collins is the starter, but again, not something that I love because there's a couple people there that take some time from him. Homer's out, so that's a little bit less of some usage taken away. But DJ Dallas and Rashad Penny both do take some touches. Just not a spot I like. On the flip of this, Brandon Cooks would be the only person I would like from Houston, but again, pretty much like this Seattle situation, just so inconsistent. It looks like Houston just has. For being such a for being such a bad team, Houston spreads the ball around a lot. They have no direct. I mean, it seemed like early in the year that Brandon Cooks was the guy. I mean, you're talking about 15 plus targets a game in that first 4 or 5 week stint. But since then, I mean, Tyrod spreads that ball around.
Yeah,
and yeah, I mean, you're talking about 9 different receivers catching passes in 3 weeks. I mean, it's just not worth it. There's just too much guessing going on in this game.
Okay, cool. Hold on one second. This guy Nick is having technical difficulties with his camera. So yeah, honestly, this is another shit game. Yeah, me personally, it's a fade for me. And like you said, if anything, I mean, I don't like anything in this game. I really don't. I don't like any props. I don't like anything. So we'll just move on to the next game, which is the Lions Broncos. The Lions started at 7.5. They're now at 10.5 plus. The line is over under 42 right now. Me personally, I'm staying. This is another fader. You just don't know what's going to happen with the Broncos. Honestly, the Broncos could come out and fuck shit up over the Demaryius Thomas news. So that there could be some emotional ties to that game.
Yeah.
The Lions are probably feeling real high off of a win last week, and it's just going to all come crashing down. So I could see the Lions blowing them the fuck out. I mean, not the Lions, but the Broncos blowing them out, and that's about it.
Yeah, I agree on that facet. I think Denver's is solid. Detroit winds up playing to the team they're playing's potential a lot of the times, it seems like. So they do tend to keep some of these games relatively close. On the DFS side, DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams are actually both out. So really, whoever the Lions start at running back is going to be minimum price. They have 5 running backs on their roster right now. 4 running backs on the roster right now. I have never heard of any of these guys. I'll be straight up with you. Craig Reynolds. I mean, none of these guys. Cabedina, Jermar Jefferson, and then we have Godwin Ikwubukia. I've never heard of any of these guys, but one of them is going to get the start for Detroit against Denver. Denver's a stout not stout, I would say. They're especially since losing Von Miller, they haven't really been great this year, but they're middle of the pack. They're good enough to stop any of these 4 no-name running backs, in my opinion. I don't know if you need to get there on a slate like this with all the value already, but this is just another spot where you can spend down at. I mean, if you don't want to spend at $5,400 for Cam Newton, you want to go play Patrick Mahomes at $9,000, you can go ahead and take a $4,000 running back and hope he gets the DeAndre Swift role and catches 5 balls for $4,000. You know what I mean? It would make sense. The Denver side, no, I have no interest in anybody unless Melvin Gordon's out. But he is trending in the right direction right now. If Melvin Gordon is out, it's Javonte Williams season all day long. You guys seen how much I loved him on prime time. If Melvin Gordon's out again, play every single prop that they offer for Javonte Williams. I don't need to see the lines. I don't need to see the lines. I don't think Melvin Gordon's going to be out, but if he is, play every single prop they offer for Javonte Williams.
All right, cool. Nick, are you there or?
I'm here.
All right, you can go ahead and speak your piece since your camera's off.
I mean, I'm playing Javonte Williams over rush yards as long as it's not in the 80s. I've played it every week for the last 5 weeks, and it's been one of my go-to moves. So we're going to stick with that one, especially with the shitty Lions defense.
All right, cool. So we like Javonte Williams, if anything, especially if Melvin Gordon's out. But yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Next game, Giants. Chargers, it started at +6. It has now moved to +10. New York. Obviously, the Jones news and all the quarterback news for the Giants is probably factored into this line movement of 4 points. But it just got reported today that Glennon will pass concussion protocol, and he will be starting and not Jake Fromm. Like that even really fucking matters right now at this point. But as far as gambling goes, I mean, I'm staying away from this game once again. The Chargers love to like play down to their opponents. They love to play close games. That's one thing I know about the Chargers. I've watched them pretty much every week this season because I personally like the Chargers. I like how they rock. And I have a lot of fantasy interest in the Chargers as well. I have Eckler and Allen in a lot of different leagues. But one thing I have noticed from the Chargers is that they play close games. It doesn't matter who they play. It could be Washington or it could be Green Bay. They're playing a close game. So if I had to pick, and you could call it homer if you want, but I would take the Giants plus 10. The percentage of the money on the over is kind of fucking ridiculous right now. It's 94% on the over, while the percentage of bets are 50-50. So there's something funky going on with that. I don't know what's going on, but it is what it is. I'm staying away from the over-under, though. What do you like in this Giants-Chargers, Brandon?
Yeah, DFS wise, this is the best game on the day. I'll make it short and sweet. Play Josh Palmer, play Jalen Guyton, play Jared Cook, play Austin Eckler. I mean, these guys are. I'm not saying play all four of them, but these guys are all probably top tier of the slate this week. Jared Cook is my favorite tight end of the slate. As I was talking about, and you've heard me talk about. Allude to these last couple games, as I kept saying that I haven't gotten to my favorite tight end yet. Austin Hooper is right up there with him, but Jared Cook's got to be the guy. Price is down because of his role in the offense with Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, but I find it really hard to believe that Josh Palmer and Jalen Guyton come in and really demand so much more of a snap count than Jared Cook would. Seeing as he is the third option when it comes time to their actual offense. So I think Jared Cook would be the best beneficiary here, and even Austin Eckler, best beneficiaries there. Those two you play without a question of a doubt, and I think you choose between one of two of Guyton and Palmer. Guyton's probably more owned because the name value's there around him. Palmer, I think, is actually Here's my call of the week, right? Guyton is the safer call. The ownership's going to be there. Palmer is the better play. Palmer fits the Keenan Allen build. He's physical. He's tall. He's a possession receiver just like Keenan Allen. I think he steps right into that Keenan Allen role, while Guyton maintains that role that he has always had in the Chargers. The slot.
Quick question, Brandon.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen's status. Is he
He's
officially out? He's officially
Yeah, they're out. Mike Williams and Keenan Allen are both out on COVID. This is a wild game.
Mike Williams, my understanding is that he is out because of close contact and
with COVID,
and could make it through the protocol.
Both of them are like that.
Allen is out.
So it said Mike Williams has potential to play on Sunday, but right now he is placed on the reserve COVID list. So even without Mike Williams, I think that would actually I would okay. So if Mike Williams does play, I would say that you would lose a little bit more merit on Josh Palmer there, because Guyton, I would assume, with the name value and the coach's trust in him, would step up into that wide receiver 2 role. But if and that doesn't mean Josh Palmer won't get burned, because I do what I just said. I think that his features and what he does is so Keenan Allen-esque, right? He is the step in, the stand-in for Keenan Allen. Guyton is not going to go ahead and do what Keenan Allen does. So I think Palmer does have some really good merit. It does seem to be like in this where it stands right now, where Palmer would probably be the GPP play, while Guyton would be the cash play. But yeah, I mean, you're getting a lot of these guys. You're getting Eckler, Cook, and Guyton in probably in your lineups.
Awesome. Okay, Nick, what do you like?
Well, we don't really have lines out for this.
There's no lines in for this game. They haven't given us shit.
I'm waiting on Jared Cook lines, honestly.
Yeah, they haven't given us shit.
Okay, cool.
All
right. Moving on to next game. 49ers versus the Bengals. This is actually the game that I like a lot for me personally. I like the all right, so first of all, it is started at -3.5 San Francisco. It has gone down to -1.5 San Francisco. Bengals went from +3.5 to +2. What the fuck happened? Hold up. All right, I was just making sure nothing crazy happened. I just heard a sound. But what I personally like, I like the Bengals +2 right now. I definitely like the Bengals +2 right now. The Bengals, they like to beat the shit out of teams that they're better than. And I truly think that the Bengals are better than the Niners, even though the Niners have been going on a decent run lately. I really like the Bengals at home, especially. San Francisco is going to go all the way to Cincinnati. It's a 4:30 game in Cincinnati. It's going to be cold as fuck. And I just like the way Cincinnati plays the damn game nowadays. They could air you out. They can run the ball. They got decent defense. And I just don't like Jimmy, man. Jimmy fucking stinks, bro. I just don't like how they rock over there in San Francisco. So my pick of the week, my official pick that I will be putting in the Discord is not Kansas City. I'm fucking bugging. Cincinnati +2. Cincinnati +2 over San Francisco. What do you guys like in this game?
Yeah, for me, it's really contingent on Elijah Mitchell's status. If he's out, I like Jeff Wilson a lot. $4,400 for him, really good price. Again, this is just a really tough slate because there's just so much value on it that it's really you're gonna have to really pick the guys that that you want. I mean, cheapness does not automatically warrant a spot in your lineup this week.
Right.
As you can see with Jeff Wilson, even at $4,400, which would be shoo-in 100% auto lock in any other slate of the year if Elijah Mitchell were to miss. It doesn't necessarily mean that is the case this week with Guyton, with Josh Palmer. Also, actually, I did in my notes here. I did skip over something that I just want to talk about real quick. Hawkinson also has a questionable tag on him. I think he is. The last time I checked, he was on the right path, but it is something to monitor because one of the younger tight ends in Brock Wright is pretty much minimum price on the slate as well. So you'd have the choice between Brock Wright, Jared Cook, Austin Hooper. It's a mess, man. It really is. The slate is crazy this week. You're gonna really have to dive into who you like the most.
Hawkinson was downgraded to doubtful.
So Brock right now becomes insane at $2,500. I think he actually played snaps last week with a little bit of the injury. So let me see what he did last week. I think he did like a it wasn't like it was just a nothingness. I think he did like a little bit of something. So he had 3 targets, 2 catches, and a touchdown. So he was involved, and he got a touchdown. He got the red zone look. Hawkinson is doubtful now. Minimum price. This is a solid spot. Again, the only issue is the abundance of other tight ends on the slate. How do you play Brock Wright, someone that you don't really know, over the name value in Austin Hooper, over the name value in Jared Cook, when you know these guys have solid roles on their offenses, you know?
Right. Okay, cool. Nick, you like anything?
I mean, we're still. This is another one of those games where we're still waiting on the rest of the lines.
Because of the Mitchell news. There's no lines.
There's COVID issues all over the fucking place.
Yeah, there's no lines on this.
Yeah,
it's a mess.
Half the slate is missing lines, honestly. So
guys, that's one thing I want to say is, being that it's Friday and COVID is COVID. There's not a lot of props available, so we apologize for that, but. Yeah, we're still giving you some good shit though. So it is what it is. Next game, Bills versus the Bucks. There's no line movement on this game. Bucks are at home. Even money all around on the over under as well. The over under is at 53.5. I don't know with this game. I'm gonna go with personally Buccaneers -3.5, just because the Bill. I mean, the Bill. You don't know what kind of Bills team is gonna come out each week. It's just so weird, and like it sucks with what happened to the Bills last week with the wind and all that goofy shit that was going on. It was a freak game, but we're talking about Tom Brady and them in Tampa. I like Brady -3.5. What about you?
Yeah, so this is a solid game too. Leonard Fournette has really shaped up to be some crazy fantasy guy, man.
Oh my
Every
gosh.
week that goes on, I'm like, there's no way that he continues his role. There's no way that he continues his role. And every single week, he is James White for the Buccaneers. I mean, they have turned him into what the Patriots use their running backs for, and there's nothing that anybody can say to convince me otherwise. The Leonard Fournette is. This is not a fluke role. This is not a joke role. This is what his role is. He is the pass catcher, running back out of the backfield, more so used as their wide receiver. He gets all the goal line work. This is just a really solid usage running back for a good price. $7,400. This should be a $9,000 running back in my opinion. The Christian McCaffrey type with these kinds of targets. But yeah, with Tom Brady under the helm, the Leonard Fournette routes are just so wide open. It's just really hard to commit to defending the wide receiver, the running back out of the backfield with Tom Brady because he just eats you up everywhere else if you do that. So that's why Leonard Fournette does tend to get a lot of these catches because if you watch Buccaneer games, they're wide open. I mean, these guys do not defend Lenny out of the backfield. They hope to just contain him, right? They hope to give him the catch and stop him for 3 yards. But that doesn't matter for us because if we can get 9 catches for 45 yards, it's maybe not a good football game, but that's freaking 13 points for us in catches alone. So yeah, Lenny's great. Chris Godwin is again super chalk, probably a must play on the slate as long as Antonio Brown's not there. The good tidbit of information here is they winded up shifting Godwin into the slot last
Oh
week
yeah.
when he has
Okay.
not played there at all this year. And as you guys now seen what Godwin did last week, I mean it was pretty much his best game of the year. 17 targets,
He went
143
crazy.
yards,
Yeah.
15 catches. I mean, and it was the first time they put him in the slot. I think that to keep him away from a couple of the good cornerbacks on Buffalo. They'll continue to do that. They should play him in the slot again this week. And he is just stellar in the slot. So yeah, Chris Godwin is one of the wide receivers that you pay up for this week. Brady definitely on the ups for someone to pay for. And the prop that I actually have for this game is a little bit of a contradicting prop because it's just interesting. So I actually like the Leonard Fournette under 5.5 receptions for minus 130. It's on Caesars right now. So I do like the role that Leonard Fournette has, but 6 catches is a lot. It's a lot of catches.
That is a lot for
For
Fournette. For somebody
It's a
that is
lot. Eh,
not a catching running back
yeah, yeah.
by being
Well, yeah, and like
naturally
by
he's not a catching running
yes,
back.
like he has not been aside from this year, and it's hard for me to sit here and say at this number like 505 like because like his these are his last games: 7 catches, 7 catches, 6 catches, 8 catches. So in the last 4, he would beat us on this number. It just seems like I don't know. For some reason, I just am leaning to this under. I think, for first and foremost, every other book other than Caesars has it at 4.5. So I'm finding a little bit of edge on the under at 5.5 here on
Ah,
Caesars. So
yeah,
I'm getting a little bit of
nice
nice
edge.
edge there.
Hmm.
But and again, 6 is just a lot. I know he's hit it in 4 straight, but it is a lot. I mean, look at these. I mean, he's 6 targets, 6 catches, 9 targets, 9 catches, 8. He's catching every single pass. So the margin of error hasn't been there for him yet. Right? He's doing really good, but
Yeah.
I think this is a game environment that he could stay under. Buffalo's relatively solid defensively. They should control a little bit of this game to keep Tom Brady off the field more so than he is normally on his against the bad teams. So yeah, I like under 5.5 receptions. Not something that I'm driving the bank on, but it would be a target of mine in this game.
Dope, dope. All right, so let's move on to the next game. We're gonna finish this pod without Nick because
Yeah,
he's an old man and doesn't understand technology. So
that's
here we are with
okay.
that. uh, but we're gonna skim through these last three. Bears Packers at we're at an hour and a half now, so we
Yeah,
could be
Bears
talking.
Packers. I actually don't even have anything for this game. It's not a good game. There's no props up for it right now. There's no lines up for it right now, and there's a 0 DFS targets in it.
Mm. And the money is pretty even. It's at minus 12.5. The line has moved 3.5 points in the favor of the Packers. Not favor, but you know what I'm saying. As far as the over under goes, it's even money. You never know with these games. They're close games usually. Even if it's Bears Packers, it's still a NFC divisional game in the cold. It's at 43 points. It's like, I want to take the over so bad. The over is so tempting with Aaron Rodgers, but then you got the fucking Red Rocket over there on the other side. So it's like, you know, Rodgers can put up 30 points and the Bears only put up fucking 7 points for the whole fucking game, and then you're fucked. So it is what it is. I'm staying away from the game personally. Let's move on. L.A. Cardinals, hell of a game. Ooh. All right. -2.5. It opened, and now it's at +3. So actually, there has been some decent line movement. 34-62 Rams, 66-38 Cardinals. The over-under looks pretty even on the money. If Kyler's healthy, it's going to be a close one. I'm not going to do a game result on this. If anything, I would like the over on this game. It's at 51 right now. Maybe buy some points, get it down to like back to 48 maybe. But
these
go ahead.
Sorry. These games I actually didn't even do anything for because they're not on the main slate, so I didn't even write any. Like I have no DFS plays for, I have no props for because I was just focused on the main slate because obviously I won't even maintain these kind of games. So yeah, this is
this is actually the last game we're covering. I thought there was one more game. This is the last game we're covering, and the reason you don't have it is because it's Sunday night and Monday.
It's Sunday night, yeah.
Yeah, this is Monday night. Rams Cardinals.
Okay.
So I mean, prime time, home, and they started out as a dog. So maybe it's the Cardinals. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I gotta wait until there's more stats and more data per se to really give you a clear prediction on the Rams Cardinals. But let me see real quick. Let's do the giveaway and we'll wrap this John up.
Yeah, I actually do. I'll share my screen while you're doing the giveaway. I actually have a Bankroll Builder for those that
All right.
that winded up staying up in this chat. So I'll screen share this Bankroll Builder here. You can toss this in. I'll actually give you a little variant for it too. Give me 1 second. So okay, you should have it open here. So this is the Bankroll Builder I'm using today. It's going to be for the Sacramento-Charlotte game. Biggest over-under on the day. Really fast-paced. Just a super, really fun game. So what I'm going for is Gordon Hayward over 4.5 assists. These are all alt lines.
Are you trying to show your screen?
Yeah, does it not show?
No, it's not showing. Am I bugging? Is it me where it's not showing? I don't know. It's not showing for me. Oh, actually,
okay.
I lied. Here we go. Go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, these are all alt lines, and as you can see right now, the odds are going down on them. So if you want this, put it in now. But all alt lines, we got Gordon Hayward over 4.5 assists, Harrison Barnes over 4.5 rebounds, Terence Davis over 2.5 rebounds, and then Buddy Hield over 8.5 points. This is my not long shot per se, but if you did want to make this a little bit safer, you can take this Gordon Hayward assists out and even bump this Hield number down to 7.5, and you're still sitting at about a plus. You're sitting at plus odds, right? And you're still really solid. Terence Davis over 2.5 rebounds. He's hit this in 6 straight games since entering the starting lineup. Harrison Barnes got 10 against them last time they played, and he's also hit this in 6 straight. Buddy Hield, one of my favorite plays on the slate. I'm hoping he gets the minutes tonight. I'm hoping he shoots well because he has been on a little bit of a slump, but this is the big turnaround game for him. Charlotte, he's torched in the past. In the last 4 games, he's actually averaged 26 points against them. And just a little tidbit for you guys, I think Buddy Hield's plus 1,000 right now for 25 plus points. So I did post that in our premium for those that are not in that. So 25 plus points for Buddy Hield today is plus 1,000. I think it's actually plus 1,200. It's just worth a shot, man. I mean, in the last 3 games he's played Charlotte, he's torched it 26, 28, and 27. So it's worth a sprinkle. You can even take it down to 15 plus, and I think it's at 15 plus points at plus 320. So these are just really good numbers for Buddy Hield, and I think the reason the books are giving it to us is because of how bad he's been shooting lately. Played 22 minutes last game, shot 2 for 13 and got pulled. So yeah, there's a chance that there's a chance that he can come into the game, shoot over 4, and be pulled for the game. But I'm hoping that this is the get right for him. Charlotte's just not good at defending the 3. They're not good at defending anybody, really. So just a really, really solid spot. So this would be the safer bankroll builder. You can go ahead and add the Gordon Hayward 4.5 assists. To give a little bit more juice, and you can pause this back to 8.5 if you'd like, and you'd probably be sitting at about plus 200 for that. So yeah, that's my bankroll builder for NBA tonight, fellas.
Dope. All right, I'm just putting in these names real quick for the wheel spin.
Pex, I don't know if you were able to get a picture of that. I'll try to get it posted in the premium prior to Actually, let me see if I can post it now. But if any of you guys got a picture of it or can post it for me in the chat, that would be lovely for me. I'm actually about to head out after this.
Oh, yeah. Can you repeat that bankroll builder one more time for the people that can't see the screen?
Yes. So if you missed the bankroll builder and you cannot see the screen, what we're doing is alt totals here. It's going to be Harrison Barnes over 4.5 rebounds, Terence Davis over 2.5 rebounds. We're going to do Buddy Hield over 8.5 points. Or I'm sorry, Buddy Hield over 7.5 points. And that would have you sitting at about plus 103 for the bankroll builder. Now, the long shot bankroll builder, you can bump Buddy Hield's points up to 8.5, and you can add Gordon Hayward's over 4.5 assists, which would be sitting at about plus 190. So, yeah, you got a plus 101 and about a plus 190 today for the bankroll builders.
All right, awesome. All right, so we have 4 eligible participants for the DK $100 giveaway, fellas. Obviously, I can't give the money to any of our cappers. Sorry, Code. Maybe last week if we would have opened this, you would have won, but you can't win, Code. I'm sorry. Jazz, you can't win. I'm sorry. You know how niggas do it. But let's go. Me, bang. All right. Hopefully y'all can see like all this. I don't know if you can, but yeah. Can you see the full wheel, Brandon? Actually,
I cannot. I don't think so.
You can't see me at all. So
nah.
Let me know if y'all can see me. If y'all can see the wheel. If y'all can see the wheel, let me know.
Yeah.
It's zoomed in, yeah. I can see that it's zoomed in a bit. I'm sorry, guys, but yeah, top left of the wheel is all zoomed in. I can't I don't know how to fix it. Honestly, I don't know how to fix it.
We'll get it fixed up next time.
We'll get some. Hold on. Hey, there that bitch go. Hold up. There you go. All right. Here we go.
How much? Okay. How long?
Pex is the winner from Canada.
Hey, Pex is the winner.
Pex is the winner from
Canada. I don't know how you're gonna give that to him. I don't know if it does the same shit, does it?
We'll figure out a way to give it.
Yeah, we'll figure it.
But yeah. Congratulations, Pex. You are the winner of the very first giveaway. Congrats. We'll figure out a way to get you that $100, Pex, whether we sell it to you or we
And before I hop off of here next time, I would like to we'll get this me and Corey and Nick will try to get this not dumbed down, but definitely try to get it within this hour limitation. Like we'll maybe next time we'll even go throughout the games that we know we're gonna fade and don't even worry about talking about them. You know what I'm saying, Corey? And this way we can try to get some answers, some questions answered toward the end of the stream. So next week, guys, next Friday, we're gonna really strive to get answers for you guys for any type of questions. Leave like 20-25 minutes towards the end of the stream. Hopefully we can just the more we do this, the more we're just going to be able to breeze through these things with the content, right? We'll always have, I think we're going to have streams where we can just kind of shoot the breeze and do our things and just as well, but this right here, these Fridays is just business, right? Get the slate up, talk about the slate, get the content to you guys, break it down, get out of here, right? An hour tops is what we're shooting for. So that would be that for you guys. Ran a little bit long today, but we'll be working for you guys on that.
Right. And since this is the first week, we really didn't we didn't have a real expectation as to how long the shit was gonna last. It's at 1 hour and 30 right now. So
Yeah.
I'm just happy that we got through it without
Yeah.
anything super terrible happening.
Super
Obviously,
bad,
Nick
yeah.
is an old man and doesn't know what he's doing, but it's okay. But all right. All right, Brandon's girl about to rip him out the chair, so we gonna get him out of here. Everybody, I appreciate y'all for coming through for the first fucking
But yeah, first Green Team podcast,
Green
baby.
Team. We're gonna
Yes,
upload
sir.
the full episode on YouTube. You can check it out. And you can obviously watch this again on Facebook as well. So
Yes,
once
sir.
again, I love y'all. Thank you guys. Mo Sports Premium, $25 a month. Please tell a friend to tell a friend.
And
That's how we make money, you know.
that's how we make money, and not for nothing. I was actually going to talk to Corey and Nick before this. Before I didn't have time to because I was on my way to Orlando. But we are working on something. Me, Nick, and Corey. I don't want to spill too much now. But we're working on something for the new members. Those of you that are still in here are not new members, but that we're really excited about. We're really excited about it because it's just going to implement a new tier of content for us. Just stuff that's very requested from members. It's gonna be odd because it's you'll see. We'll get to it when we get to it, and we should be announcing somewhere soon. Hopefully within the next day or two. Sometime this
by the
week.
end of the weekend, or if not, it's
One of the
definitely
bigger
the
announcements that we have coming for sure. It's something that we're very, very excited about. So yeah, that's it for me, guys. I'm gonna get out of here, get my drink on, go enjoy some Orlando nightlife. I posted a NBA cash line in that in the premium chat. I had no intention on doing one today, but throughout all this damn research, you know me, I get my shit on. So yeah, I threw the NBA cash line up in there. I'm gonna go hit the NBC freaking bar and just start watching big sports. So have a good one, fellas.
All right, fellas. Thanks again. I love y'all, and I appreciate